Kita dah masuk ke second subtopic iaitu borrowing. So we need to define what is borrowing. Borrowing ni pinjam lah kan, betul tak? Bila you tak cukup duit, you pinjam. So public borrowing is a long term debt instrument through which money is raised by the central agency and also state governments, public sector organisation and local self institution to finance the various project undertaken by them. So itu kita kata dengan public borrowing. So according to Shari and Jomo, dia kata public borrowing ataupun borrowing ni adalah total debt of central government either from the internal or external sources, and basically loans taken by the government from various sources for funding or financing public programs and also activities. Sebab itulah kita ada financial institution iaitu bank-bank lah. So what are the objective of borrowing? Kenapa kena ada borrowing ni? Kenapa kena ada public borrowing? The first one adalah to fill the gap between the revenue and also expenditure. So for example, untuk cover budget deficit. Contohnya macam public revenue ada 100 billion tapi public expenditure ada 101 billion. So dekat situ ada kurang 1 billion, betul tak? So in order to cover the deficit amounting to the 1 billion, the government will need to raise loan. So daripada raise loan tu lah dia akan raise loan tu maksudnya borrowing lah, pinjam. Number 2, why borrowing happen? What are the objective of borrowing? Kenapa borrowing ni perlu ada? First adalah to implement or carry out the development project in the country for the benefit of the people. So basically project development ni adalah yang long term lah. So for example macam highway project, nak naikkan bangunan, infrastruktur, and then untuk naikkan orang kata apa, projek-projek electricity supply, water supply. So benda-benda ni adalah untuk rakyat juga, and then dia also long term project. Number 3 adalah to fight depression in which government will borrow money to create job opportunities to resolve the problem of unemployment. So bila ramai rakyat tak bekerja, so maksudnya makin kurang lah pembayar cukai. So in order for the government to resolve the unemployment issue, therefore they need to raise loan lah, borrowing. So bila dia borrow some money, they can create more job opportunity through these projects lah. So itu kita kata dengan objectives of borrowing. Moving on, to carry out mega infrastructure such as MSC. Pernah tak dengar yang Malaysia Multimedia Super Corridor tu, kan? Yang tu dekat Cyberjaya. And then mega railways, and then kita ada highways lah. So ini pun long term juga. And then number 5 borrowing untuk prosecute war. So again kalau macam zaman dulu kan, kalau you berperang, you kena ada apa? Kena ada financial assistance, betul tak? Untuk you beli equipment, senjata-senjata untuk berperang, untuk finance the war activities. Next, to improve the defense system. For example, need to buy more weapon to beef up the existing defense system. Contohnya macam sekarang lah, kita tak adalah pakai pakai macam zaman Robin Hood dulu, zaman Troy, tak ada. Sekarang more kepada security demand, teknologi. Contoh macam siapa ada power nuclear weapon, dia lah yang paling powerful. So for example macam Europe allocated high fund to improve its military system. So basically kat dalam slide ni dia bagi Europe kan, military system, macam mana daripada borrowing dia improve dia punya military system. What do you think about North Korea and the nuclear weapon? So itu pun something yang orang kata a good case study. Next, to encourage the development of money and also capital market, whereby which the financial institution do not have sufficient money and no sources to borrow. So capital market ni kita katakan dengan market where capital is available for the development project. So bila kita katakan dengan financial institution ni, merefer kepada bank-bank lah, bank-bank yang berlesen, yang dapat orang kata dapat lesen diiktiraf oleh Bank Negara Malaysia untuk beroperasi. Bank ni ada banyak jenis. Dia ada commercial bank, dia ada investment bank, dia ada insurance, dia ada mortgage and so on and so forth. So, sources of borrowing kita ada dua, iaitu internal sources and kita ada external sources. So, internal sources dia main dekat dalam Malaysia je lah. Dia borrow dalam Malaysia je, within our country. So, internal debt is a part of the total debt in a country that is owed to lenders within the country. So, contohnya macam dengan commercial bank, and then kita macam joint venture, collab. Kan sekarang dah ada banyak kan, public-private partnership. Itu kita kata dengan internal sources lah. External sources kita katakan dengan total debt of a country that owes to a foreign creditor. Maksudnya kita meminjam duit daripada negara lain. Contohnya macam pada tahun 2018, Dr. Mahathir dia propose untuk dapatkan soft loan daripada Japan. So, kenapa Japan? So, basically Japan ni adalah salah satu anggota ASEAN Plus 3. And then you pun tahu kita merupakan anggota APEC, betul tak? Asian Pacific Economic Community, APEC. And then kita merupakan, Malaysia dengan Japan, kita pun ada merupakan anggota negara yang join dalam East Asia Summit. So, sebab itulah Tun Dr. Mahathir dia propose soft loan daripada Japan. So, soft loan ni ni pun ada dua jenis. Dia ada hard loan, dia ada soft loan. Macam soft loan ni dia pada long term lah. Dia boleh, orang kata apa, daripada jangka masa yang sangat panjang. Macam hard loan ni dia ada time limitation dia. Kalau 1 tahun you kena bayar lah juga 1 tahun. So, hard loan ni dia soft loan ni dia boleh jadi dalam bentuk investment, boleh jadi dalam bentuk bonds, boleh jadi dalam bentuk loan. Dia tak semestinya dalam bentuk orang kata apa, duit. Dia boleh jadi bentuk stock. Investment tu stock lah kan, saham. So, itulah kita kata dengan sources of borrowing. And last kali kita nak tengok what are the implications of the public debt. So, kita akan tengok positive implication, baru kita tengok negative implication. So, kalau kita dah tahu pasal apa kata debt ni adalah benda yang kalau boleh kita avoid lah kan. Tapi kalau kita emergency, kita urgent, kita kenalah ada debt ni. So, first sekali kita tengok positive implication. So, public debt will maintain the balance between the revenue and expenditure, which is correct. So, they act as a balancing role lah. So, in terms of external loan advantage, it is a long-term maturity and the repayment period is longer and the interest rate is lower. Contohnya macam soft loan tadilah. Therefore, it will not affect the domestic cash flow and very much suitable as the sources of fund to finance mega and long-term projects. So, macam Malaysia, korang pernah tak dengar OBO? One Belt, One Road. Dia ASEAN country lah. ASEAN dengan China. So, other than that, although the loan is very for the development project, it also can be considered as the technical assistance. So, itulah positive implication dia. Ada satu je. So, kita akan tengok negative implication of public debt. In terms of market loans, the fluctuations in the international exchange rates will be burden the government in repaying the loans because the exchange rate is volatile and when the government borrow money, the rate is not fixed. Ni orang kata bunga lah, interest tu takkan fix. Dia akan ada turun naik. So, the outflow of fund will affect the balance of payment. Mula-mula, okay, contoh tahun ni mid lah. Equal, tiba-tiba ada deficit, tiba-tiba lagi deficit. So, balance of payment tu tak jadi, orang kata apa, tak jadi stable. So, it can turn it can affect our foreign reserve, national income and also our productivity and economic status of the country. So, by increasing the taxation for the loan servicing will affect the willingness of these people, of our lah kan, people, taxpayer to work and save. So, the burden to repay the loan is on the people as they need to pay the tax, pay the bill, pay the loan in order to help the government to face the difficulty in repaying the loan. So, public debt ataupun kita public debt could increase the inequalities of income. So, public borrowing affect the production if the huge loans are taken. So, subsidi may be cut. Subsidi ni dipotong macam tahun 1997 dengan 1998. And financial assistance is reduced. So, most of the ASEAN country time tu, diorang cut off the spending. Sebab ni lah tak nak, orang kata apa, tak nak tersepit, tak nak rasa beban tu bertambah-tambah. So dia tak boleh nak kosongkan burden tu, dia hanya boleh minimizekan sahaja. So individual consumption is affected by the public debt as the necessity to be consumed will be less. Ini berkait rapat dengan kita punya purchasing power. Inflasi berlaku lah kat sini. So the government is subject to control of foreign government and also institution because lack of freedom in administration and subjected to control policy of the money supply. So itulah kita kata dengan negative implications of public debt. So that's all for today. I hope you all dapat something daripada chapter ni. So chapter ni basically kita belajar apa itu taxation, apa itu borrowing. Thank you so much.